On the south side of Chicago on 79th Street is these men. Killa, darkskin with dreadlocks, gained his name in the streets for being a vicious killer by the age of 18. Then Sir, a man known for handling all the dirty work, working besides Killa, their leader. And then Jake, the best hustler on 79th, handsome but passive. As they are at the party being greeted by many men and women flirting and loving on them, Jake sees a friend named Jaquan. Jake greets him with happiness. "What are you on, my boy?" Jaquan responds, "Nothing really, to be honest, bro. I'm still waiting on that white, that kush got me right, but I'm trying to eat, not just get full." Jake tells him, "Don't worry, bro, your stomach going to be filled. I'm just putting things in motion right now as we speak." Jaquan responds, "I know, bro, you never let me down before, so I know you got me." As Killa, Sir, and Jake stand talking, Jake tells Killa, "We need to grab those 2 bricks. Brought 'em out here complaining." Killa laugh and say, "Man, 2 bricks not even in the equation no more. We meet a new plug tomorrow. Me and Sir saved 100,000, and we caught a deal for the 20 apiece." Jake asks, "So you weren't going to tell me?" Sir backs up Killa and says, "Look, man, we had to make sure it was in motion first." Then Jake's 2 nephews walk up, Montel and Ronnie. Jake tells them to get y'all ass in the house, but they both look up to Killa. But he ignored them. Sir said to Jake, "Man, them shorties are bad. I saw them trying to break into a car on 74th, but Jake just stared off because, honestly, he barely cares." Killa caught a ride with Sir that night. Killa asked Sir, "What's been up with you, bro?" Sir responds, "Man, them 83rd boys have been acting up, dissing us. Farrell robbed Cell and faced no repercussions." Killa says, "We can't let that go unanswered." Sir asks him who's going to do it, me or you, or one of the shorties. Killa says to him, "Jake." Sir looks disturbed and confused, but Jake never caught a body. Killa responds, "Exactly." The next morning, Jake was sitting reading a book, smoking a blunt. Jake's nephew Montel walks in, and he says, "Big Jake, what are you doing?" Jake responds by reading my favorite book. Montel says, "A book about laws?" Jake chuckles, "Nah, it's the 48 Laws of Power. It's a book with basically laws of power and influence." Montel asks him, "What's your favorite chapter?" Jake says Law 46 never appears too perfect and use surrender tactics, transfer weakness into power. Come let me teach you something. Killa and Sir are sitting in their spot by the block. Killa tells Sir, "We have to get ready and meet Rich out west." Sir responds, "Bet, but man, I'm not doing the driving out there." Killa tells him, "I know with your lazy ass." Killa and Sir began driving to the west side. Sir asked Killa, "What about that thing with Farrell?" Killa responds, "Man, I know everything. Matter fact, you know the nigga works at Harold's." Sir laughs, "Man, you know they don't got no money like that. TJ got them boys starving. He's the only one got it and he only serving pounds, so imagine what the rest of them lil niggas got." Sir spots the location and tells Killa to pull over. When they got out the car, Rich was sitting there with 2 bags. Sir walks up and says, "Rich, man, I wasn't expecting to come all the way out here." Rich responds, "This where my people at, I don't trust going anywhere else with this amount of work." Sir say, "I feel you." Killa hands him a bag with 100,000. Rich says, "I see you about business." Killa responds, "So is my team waiting on D9. Rich nods his head. "What you think about holding 5 more? Killa asks, "What's the cut?" Rich says, "Bring me back 20,000. Cut it how you want, sell it how you want." Killa looks at Sir without Sir agreement. Killa shook his hand. Later that day, Killa, Sir, and Killa are talking to their team. Killa says, "Look y'all, today we just got a big load today, bigger than we ever had. I know y'all prepared for this because we've been working toward this for years. But the plan is, I'm 3 bricks on 78th, Sell you got 77th now, and Band's going hold down 75th. And then Sir steps in and says, nothing goes down on 76th, that's where the school is." Killa scoffs, but he says, "Y'all heard him." After the conversation, Killa and Jake walk away alone. Killa says, "I need you to do something for me." Jake responds, "What's it?" Killa tells him, "I'm going to need you to take out Farrell." Jake is disturbed. Ask him, "Why me?" Killa looks him deep in his eyes, "Because I chose you." He gets off work at 9 but is going to be home around 9:50, so make sure you get it done, and he walked away. Later that night, Jake sat outside the location smoking so many blunts that he can numb anything. He have his revolver loaded and ready for action, but he nervous. He see the bus pull up. He then gets out the car and creeps up, aim and shoot him standing over his body. He see death in Farrell eyes, but Farrell see fear. He chuckle. Jake then closes his eyes and finish him. He then run to his car. As Jake runs to his car, he feels panic, cars around, he tries to avoid them, but the nervousness in his body shivers his hands. That next morning Jake was still shaking from what he had done, but his sister walked in on him, staring at him. She asked him what he was doing up this morning. He puts his head down. Life. She looks on his finger and sees sore spots and tells him, I notice ever since this whole Get Money crew thing you haven't been the same. I don't know why you didn't just follow the plan and go to college to be a lawyer. He tells her, it's not me, I'm a hustler. She says, no, you chose to be that running behind Killa and Sir when you know you cut different. They live off survival, you was raised on love. He then becomes mad but restrains his anger. Look, focus on them badass little boys in that room that's stealing cars and skipping school. Oops, I forgot that you worked too much and had babies by a deadbeat. Sir tells Killa that Jake handled that business. Killa looked surprised. Sir follows saying, I told him straight up it got to be done one way or the other because if he didn't do it, he'll be back on that corner. Killa says this calls for a name change for him. Sir chuckle and respond like what? Killa nods his head and says, Jake the Hitman. Sir looks suspicious. Isn't that snitching? Killa shakes his head no, but to the streets, a name change in the middle of an op getting killed is a message. And he needs this promotion with all this business we're about to get in, because they need to respect him while we're out of town, moving the bricks for 25 a key. Sir and him shake hands. Killa smiles. Now let's go see Sasha and Sharita thick ass.